Grady Demond Wilson, born on October 13, 1946, and passing peacefully on January 30, 2026, lived a life shaped by purpose, discipline, and an unshakable sense of faith. To millions, he will always be remembered as Lamont Sanford, the steady, thoughtful son on the classic sitcom Sanford and Son, which aired from 1972 to 1977. Yet, reducing Wilson's life to a single role would miss the depth of who he truly was. He was an actor who brought quiet dignity to comedy, an author unafraid of honesty, a veteran who carried his experiences with humility, and a minister devoted to service. Financial success followed his decades of work with an estimated net worth of $2.5 million. But money was never his measure of success. His real legacy lived in his character, his faith, and the way he treated others with sincerity and grace. Roots in Georgia and dream-shaped in New York. Wilson's journey began in Valdosta, Georgia, but it was New York City where his dreams truly took form. After his family relocated north during his childhood, he was immersed in a city alive with creativity, culture, and opportunity. Remarkably, by the age of 4, he had already appeared on a Broadway stage, a moment that hinted at a future built around storytelling and performance. Dance became his first language of expression, and he studied tap and ballet with dedication far beyond his years. At just 12 years old, he performed at Harlem's Apollo Theatre, a venue rich with history and meaning in Black entertainment. Standing on that stage, Wilson felt a sense of belonging and responsibility, as though he were carrying forward something larger than himself. Those early experiences shaped not just his talent, but his respect for craft and tradition, faith, fragility, and a promise that endured. Faith played a central role in Wilson's upbringing and remained a guiding force throughout his life. Raised Catholic, he served as an altar boy and briefly considered the priesthood, drawn to the structure and spiritual grounding it offered. Summers spent with his Pentecostal grandmother introduced him to a more expressive form of worship, planting seeds that would later grow into a personal, deeply rooted belief system. At 13, his life took a dramatic turn when his appendix ruptured, bringing him frighteningly close to death. During that vulnerable moment, Wilson made a private vow to God, promising to serve him in some meaningful way if his life was spared. Though fame and success came first, that promise quietly followed him through every chapter. It became a moral compass, reminding him that his life was meant to reach beyond applause and recognition. Service, sacrifice, and inner strength. From 1966 to 1968, Wilson served in the United States Army, an experience that tested him in ways no stage ever could. Assigned to the 4th Infantry Division during the Vietnam War, he faced conditions that demanded courage, endurance, and emotional resilience. He returned home carrying both physical wounds and the invisible weight of what he had witnessed. Rather than allowing those experiences to harden him, Wilson sought healing through creative expression. Performance became a way to process emotion, reclaim balance, and reconnect with humanity. In the late 1960s, he returned to the theatre, appearing in Broadway and off-Broadway productions that gave shape to feelings he could not easily articulate. Those years deepened his empathy and maturity, qualities that would later define his most beloved performances. The discipline he learned in service quietly strengthened the man audiences would come to admire. Building a career before television immortality, Wilson's transition from stage to screen happened gradually, marked by persistence and professionalism. He began appearing in guest roles on popular television series, such as Mission, Impossible, and All in the Family, where his calm presence left a lasting impression despite limited screen time. film opportunities followed, including roles in The Organisation and Dealings, allowing him to refine his craft in different storytelling formats. These early screen appearances were not overnight breakthroughs, but they were essential stepping stones. Each role taught him restraint, timing, and how to communicate depth with subtlety. Casting directors noticed his reliability and grounded demeanour, qualities that set him apart in an industry often driven by excess. By the early 1970s, Wilson was prepared for the opportunity that would define his public image, even though he himself never allowed it to define his entire identity. Becoming Lamont Sanford and television history. In 1971, Wilson was cast as Lamont Sanford on Sanford and Son, a role that would make him a familiar face in homes across America. As Lamont, he played the patient, level-headed son opposite Red Fox's explosive and comedic Fred Sanford. The balance between them created a rhythm that felt authentic, blending humour with emotional truth. Wilson's performance grounded the show, giving audiences someone to relate to amid the chaos. His chemistry with Fox was undeniable, built on mutual respect and shared timing. Together, they helped shape one of the most influential sitcoms of its era. While Fox delivered loud laughs, Wilson provided heart, restraint, and humanity. Lamont was more than a straight man. He was the emotional anchor, reminding viewers that love, responsibility, and dignity could exist even in the messiest circumstances. Carrying the show and choosing grace. When Red Fox temporarily left the series in 1974 due to contract disputes, Wilson unexpectedly found himself carrying much of the show's weight. He stepped into the responsibility with professionalism, keeping the series afloat until Fox's return. Yet behind the scenes, the situation left emotional bruises. Wilson later shared that the most painful part was not the departure itself, but learning about it indirectly rather than through a personal conversation. Still, he resisted bitterness. He chose understanding and forgiveness, recognizing the pressures that fame and business place on relationships. When Fox returned, the warmth between their characters remained visible, a testament to Wilson's emotional maturity. He understood that lasting success often requires patience and humility. His ability to separate personal feelings from professional commitment became one of his quiet strengths, shaping how colleagues remembered him long after the cameras stopped rolling. Reinvention, writing, and ministry. After Sanford and Son ended in 1977, Wilson continued working steadily, appearing in sitcoms like Baby, I'm Back, and The New Odd Couple, as well as films spanning several decades. Yet, his later years revealed another dimension of his voice through writing and ministry. Deeply rooted in his Christian beliefs, he authored books exploring faith, culture, and personal accountability, including his candid memoir, Second Banana, which reflected honestly on his career and the realities of working in television. In 1984, he fulfilled the promise he made as a child by becoming an ordained minister. Ministry became more than a role. It became a calling. Through preaching, faith-based productions, and community outreach, Wilson dedicated himself to helping others find hope, balance, and spiritual grounding beyond worldly success. Family, farewell, and an enduring legacy. At the centre of Wilson's life was family. He married model Cicely Johnston in 1974, and together they raised 6 children, building a home grounded in love, faith, and mutual support. Fame never replaced his devotion to family or his responsibility as a husband and father. On January 30th, 2026, Wilson passed away peacefully at his home in Palm Springs, California, following complications related to cancer. He was 79 years old. His passing marked the end of a life that bridged entertainment and service with rare sincerity. Grady Demond Wilson leaves behind more than memorable performances. He leaves a legacy of humility, resilience, and faith. He made people laugh, reflect, and believe, proving that a life well lived is measured not by spotlight alone, but by purpose, integrity, and love.